The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Over the weekend, some news broke that was very disheartening to me, but I kind of felt I knew it was coming with the Smashing Pumpkins, our local guys, our guys, Billy, looking for a new guitar player about 6 months ago. This started, maybe, Kenzie? I can't remember the exact time frame, but it feels like it's been about 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it had to be. Because it was pre-baby, for sure. I was pregnant.
Yeah.
That's how I remember things. Was I pregnant or not?
Did I have a little one running around?
Yeah.
Or not? So,
well, he's still not running. Brian, he's 2 months old.
Well,
but
yeah, not crawling yet, right?
No.
Nah, that you got a ways for that.
Yeah.
So they were looking for a new guitar player, and they put an ad up there. Over 10,000 people applied in the not just Chicagoland area, but around the world to be the guitar player for the Smashing Pumpkins, which they'll be playing with Q101, Wrigley Field, and Green Day in August. And they've made an announcement. Now, I submitted guitar part of Cherub Rock. I thought I did a pretty damn good job. Billy called the show and enjoyed it, but said probably we're going to keep looking.
Probably.
I'm paraphrasing. I think that's how he said it.
He's like, we'll think about it. We'll get back to you.
Don't call us. We'll call you. And they made an announcement over the weekend, and the winner, I guess, of this contest was Kiki Wong is now the new guitar player for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Very attractive lady. Quite beautiful.
Very beautiful. Very incredible guitar player. Because I fell into a wormhole of her guitar videos on her Instagram. And
you went and looked her up?
I did. I did right away. I want to see what my competition was.
Obviously.
See if I was, if they were worthy. And
is she pretty good at the guitar?
She is.
Is she pretty good?
She's really good.
Yeah.
She is pretty awesome.
Neck and neck, it must have been between the super hot chick who's a professional guitar player and you.
Seriously, what's she got that I ain't got? Well, besides her chops on guitar, which are pretty amazing, I will say this: she's also hilarious. Like, she also does some really. If you're a musician,
oh my God, she may take this job from you too. You need to be careful.
That's terrible.
Oh no! Could you imagine she gets to the Q101 morning show and just won't even come on?
Why she got to be funny too? God.
Must be nice.
Terrible.
Triple threat over there.
She really is. She's got everything. So she's a new guitar player, and she is amazing, like I said. And they announced this over the weekend and thanked everybody that submitted, including myself. Case, I'm not sure about this replay back. What is this when he called up and talked about my submission?
That's right. So this is from January. Okay. Billy Corgan, the night before you had posted your Cherub Rock audition, and he texted Kenzie and myself and said, I'd like to call in tomorrow and unfortunately break the news to Brian that he's not going to be the next guitarist for the Smashing Pumpkins.
You got to understand, this is what I've dreamed about from the first moment of hearing Cherub Rock as a kid. I was
your 6 CD changer.
Oh, stop on the highway. I used to stop on the Kennedy. I said, I need Siamese Dream. I put that in. Almost got killed doing that. I risked my life for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't love you back the same.
Billy's a good friend of the show. Appreciate him. And I understand he had 10,000 submissions.
I mean, have you seen this girl, though?
I've seen her.
Lord.
I'm aware. She's very attractive.
What, if I was Billy Corgan's wife, I'd be like, you're hiring Brian? I don't think so. Good Lord.
So why don't we listen to Brian's tape again?
Brian. Nobody should have been more interested in Brian being part of the band than Billy Corgan's wife.
Oh, God.
I'm like, absolutely not.
I mean, listen to his nuances on the octaves here in Cherub Rock.
It's unbelievable.
He's dedicated to his family. I would have had pitches going. No way.
Every time he went to the kitchen to get chips, she grabbed his phone and unfollowed her on Instagram on his phone.
Blocked her submission, deleted the tape.
That's weird. I followed her before. I wanted to see more of her videos. So this was Billy calling up the show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 back in January after he'd heard my submission to be the guitar player for the Smashing Pumpkins.
You did better in that video than I thought you could, if that makes you feel any better. I didn't know you said that you play guitar, and I'm like, okay. And then I was like, oh, look at him. Look at those little fingers go. You did a good job. Very nice.
Okay. Now, when you had songs and somebody said that to you, how did you feel? Hey, that was better than I thought it was going to be.
I've heard it all through the years, Brian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's Billy Corgan.
He's Billy. Yeah.
I
Billy Corgan.
Oh, I appreciate you even mentioning what we're up to because, it's every time we turn a page in this crazy band's history, we feel like we're taking a leap off a cliff, And so going out into the world and saying, hey, we're really open, and we really are. We're really open to having somebody new kind of come in and be part of what we do. And so we just appreciate you sort of even noticing.
Oh, it's one of the coolest things I ever seen, giving a chance to someone like me that's hopefully younger and more dedicated to be in there and get in the band.
But just to clarify, not you.
But not me.
I was like you, but let's just clarify.
Right now, I'd say the baby Kenzie's carrying has a better chance. But that's just I can't speak for the whole band.
I'm laughing there, but really I was crying on the inside.
Yeah, I know. Brian punched me in the face.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Yes, Kiki Wong, the new guitar player of the Smashing Pumpkins. Not me. Not me. It's very sad. Sad day for me.
The disrespect.
Yeah, a little bit. I worked really hard. But you know what? I can't wait for the show. Wrigley Field, Green Day, Pumpkins.
Throw tomatoes at her. Like, the show would be great except for the guitarist.
I got to get pit passes. I'm talking to our guy, Dan Purcell. I got to get our tickets for the shows. Dude, I need pit pass. I need to be close.
I'll tell you what. I don't even want a Smashing Pumpkin shirt. I want a Kiki Wong shirt. She is one of the hottest people I've ever seen. I am blown away by her.
Yeah. And as a guitar player in awe, she can shred. She is so good.
I know. It kind of makes me mad.
That she can do a lot of things
She
good.
also had a baby and she's still hot. And I'm like, well, that's enough. That's enough out of you.
You went on a deep dive, said she had a baby?
Yeah, I went on her Instagram. I had to go on her Instagram. I'm like, I felt very thirst trapped by the picture. I'm on her Instagram and it was a whole thing.
Oh.
But I'm like, I just had a baby. And I was so impressed and then so angry at the same time. I'm like, that's enough out of you.
This can't be happy for somebody.
No.
God forbid.
You settle down.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that many things at once.
Listen, I just want to get up and play Cherub Rock. I didn't need to be in the band for the whole tour. Just let me get up and play Cherub Rock at Wrigley Field. My life would be complete. But it's not going to happen.
But it's not going to happen.
Well, we'll see. I don't know.
Sorry.
You
could probably do it at a karaoke night or something.
Well, I could do it at the Cubby Bear before the show and then beat her out. I could play it first before she plays it.
Yeah, everyone's going to be like, this sucks. We already saw Brian do it.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
So again, your chance to see that band right there, Sum 41. Just text in SUM, S-U-M, to 95819. That is the national keyword and the different text number than usual to text it to for a chance to win a trip to Paris to see Sum 41. That's wild.
That's very fun.
Yeah.
I want to do a live broadcast from there. I think it's important for our listeners.
Go ahead.
I want to be with everyone. I want to share in it, and I want to report back. You know how sometimes we live broadcast our shows on the station so everyone can feel part of it.
Yeah.
And I am willing to almost be an investigative reporter, if you will, and head to Paris and handle that.
Not all heroes wear capes, apparently.
You
really are.
One thing I don't get in this establishment is credit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But here I am once again, trying to take one for the team.
How amazing! You are really just warming the hearts of people out there for what you're willing to do.
Thank you.
In the meantime, we're pouring one out, and this is officially it. So we've actually poured one out before for it because it's been filled in twice, as we have not only discovered the Chicago rat hole, but monitored its evolution as it was filled in. And the neighbors, some being mad about it, maybe an anonymous neighbor filled it in. It got unfilled by other neighbors that want it there. Shrines, Q101 listeners have been respectful of it. Unlike other radio stations listeners that went over there, they were not respectful of it and caused a lot of chaos. But it's officially gone now. Officially, the city went in, the Department of Transportation, and the square of sidewalk containing the famous Chicago rat hole has been removed. Now, the creepy part of it is they removed the entire quadrant of sidewalk concrete. They didn't fill it in again because I think they figured someone would undo it again. It's gone.
They took the rat hole.
They took it. How dare they?
That's theirs to take. The taxpayers pay for that sidewalk.
Damn right.
Period.
Yeah. So they have it somewhere secretly hidden. Now, our great friends at Riot Fest, Riot Mike and the guys, offered $5,000 and a promise to buy the rat hole from the city of Chicago and then display it at Riot Fest every year.
Well, that would be fun.
Well, that would be incredible. It sounds perfect.
That's basically iconic.
The Department of Transportation of Chicago has not responded to that request, which is tragic.
Why wouldn't they? It's because they're already in his basement. And he's like, all right, told a lot of people I own it.
It's in the mayor's basement right now.
Yeah, totally.
You know where? Yeah, there's no way that's
They're
like
going to
just.
sell it to fund the new Bear Stadium.
I picture that they, took it and just moved it somewhere like in the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's in that big warehouse where all the paintings just kind of go. Then when they had the Ark of the Covenant, they put it in there and it's just to be disappeared forever. You're never going to see it again.
Case, you know that movie?
No, I don't.
I know.
I really hate making. You got to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark then at some point. I'm not saying this week, but we'll figure it out.
Well, no, because this week, and not to get too distracted, let's go back to the rat hole. But this week is The Mummy because it's the 25th anniversary of that movie.
Yay! You didn't tell me it was going to be The Mummy this week.
It's the 25th anniversary of The Mummy this Saturday, so I'm going to watch The Mummy for the first time on Friday.
OMG.
I heard it was in
I'm jealous.
I heard it's in theaters actually again.
Where? What theater?
I'm also wondering what theater.
Again, not to get distracted from the rat hole.
Just wait. Let's put a pin in that rat and hold on 1 second.
Who said it to me in the hallway on the way in that they went and saw it over the weekend at a theater?
Well, it must have been Dan Wolf who works in this building.
It's very wolfy.
You know what? It wasn't Wolfie. It was it was Big Tom.
Oh, Big Tom.
Big Tom said he saw it. Like I said, was this weekend? And that's what he said.
Interesting.
So he went to the theater to see The Mummy. It wasn't what I was expecting.
No, not at all.
Because I just wasn't expecting
You're
that.
like, what year is it? Did you think it's like time travel for a second? You're terrified.
Yeah,
You stepped into a portal this morning. You didn't realize it.
You were like, oh my God.
You know in those movies when that happens, it goes like, meow. Your head gets smaller, like the whole
You
thing.
like run to a newspaper to see the date.
Give me the date. It's Monday. No, the year. The year.
You're in your like psychopath trench coat. You're like, oh no.
Al Gore searching in the polls. That can't be right.
Jimmy Carter's president.
Country concerned about computers shutting down. They're calling it Y2K. Bears bring in another quarterback, Rex Grossman.
Yeah, this kid from Florida looks pretty good.
You're like, no. Don't do it.
Oh
You gotta
my!
listen to me, man.
Can you try to find what the headlines would have been today in 1999?
Oh my God!
Maybe we do a break pretending it's 1999 today.
AOL chat rooms causing havoc with kids at local schools.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's so good. I forgot about the rat hole now. I'm sorry. I mean, it's really sad. It's really bummer that the city won't sell it to Riot Fest, and they should. If they're going to do that and give money for the stadium for the Bears, they should give the damn rat hole for $5,000.
BRH.
Come on.
Before rat hole.
Yeah, imagine being in 1999 trying to explain the rat hole to somebody.
Oh my God. So here's some of the stories that were big in 1999. Oh, this isn't fun. Columbine. God.
That's why you had that coat. You had that horrible coat that
Oh,
you probably
my
had to get
God.
rid of after Columbine.
Why did you start with Columbine?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. The Clinton impeachment trial had started.
Yep.
Oh, that was good times.
Monica Lewinsky, that dress.
Oh. Should have got it dry cleaned.
Should have washed the dress.
Monica Lewinsky doll on my gown. Remember that song?
No. What is that song?
Partition.
Who did that?
Beyonce.
Oh. And there's a line
She
in about
said,
Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky doll on my gown. You don't remember that?
I don't.
Oof.
I'm sorry.
I was very young when it came out, and I'm like, what does that mean? And I Googled it.
Ugh.
Not a good idea.
You know what? There's a lot of tragedy in 1999 considering everything was really going well for the most part.
For you? Because like, I had a great year.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Well, it's time for Head to Headlines, where you choose the content of what we talk about next by texting in headline number 1 or headline number 2. So I'm going to give you 2 headlines, and whatever story intrigues you, you decide what the content is. You tell what story you want us to chop up and get into. And remember, we'll never talk about the other story again, so you must choose wisely. Here we go. Headline number 1. Thief returns man's mother's stolen ashes, keeps the custom car.
A little bit of a conscience.
This one got me for some reason.
Kind of a good guy.
Kind of a good guy. We have to find out more about him if you want that story. So
I mean, he has needs too.
yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't know what kind of custom car. We'll have to see what that is. If you want to talk about that story, text in headline number 1 to 312-591-8300.
I want to know why the ashes were in the car.
It is weird when somebody gets cremated and then where they keep the ashes of the loved one. Whether it's
Where would you keep them?
On stage with the Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, wait.
Right on top of my little Eddie Van Halen half stack.
There you go.
That's where the ashes are. I mean, it could be Meet the Parents where you keep it on a mantle and then the cat ends up peeing in them. But I mean, you haven't seen Meet the Parents, have you, Case?
No, I have, actually.
Okay, wow, you've seen Meet the Parents.
Oh, yeah. It's got a line about nipples in there. You can milk anything. I sold me.
Okay, you've seen that one. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I want the ashes around. I don't know if I want them in visible sight.
Why?
I don't know. It's a constant reminder.
Does it like creep you out?
A little bit. Like it's a constant reminder.
I wonder if it like creates a haunting scenario if you have ashes around.
Not
Like,
to
does that let their spirit like haunt you? Because
I feel like that person is still watching me. Then everything I'm doing in my family room.
Well, they're not Santa Claus.
Yikes. Everything you're doing in your family room. Have some discretion. Your poor daughter lives there.
Well,
The couch doesn't need to be sticky. Disgusting.
I was going to say eating a hot dog, but you took it somewhere else. That's your mind. You have a dirty mind.
No, you.
I don't have a dirty mind.
Don't you dare flip it on me. You're worried about your ancestors seeing you eat a hot dog. I think they've all seen that. You throw them back pretty fast.
Also, it's just funny to say ancestors. Yeah. I've got from the 1600s, the first hat added ashes on the fireplace. All right, so that's that headline. Thief returns man's mother's stolen ashes, keeps the custom car. Headline 1, if you want to hear that story. Headline 2 is also related to cars. Twerking vandals caused $25,000 in damage to Southern California business. Now, there's a car component to that, but yeah, they twerked and they ruined a business.
Well, I don't think that's what happened. I think they did it in tandem. I don't think it was like, well, this had a big downfall.
Well, we don't know enough. If you want to hear more about that story, text in headline number 2, 312-591-8300. You got 2 choices. Thief returns man's mother's stolen ashes, keeps the custom car, or twerking vandals caused $25,000 in damage to Southern California business. What story do you want to hear more about? What do you want to hear us chop up? We'll never talk about the other story again. Text in right now, headline 1 or headline 2.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and it is head to headlines, where you decide the content of the show, what story we're going to talk about more based on what you want. Based on the headline alone, we'll never talk about the other one again. Headline number 1 was, Thief returns man's mother's stolen ashes, keeps the custom car. That was headline 1. Headline 2, twerking vandals caused $25,000 in damage to Southern California business. Now, Kenzie, did you add them all up? It was close. I was looking at it. It was pretty close.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm counting. I feel like the twerkers one.
I that's kind of what I'm seeing too. Just by a leg, just barely got there, or by
an ass cheek.
By an ass cheek. Yeah. So we'll never hear about the mother's ashes and what happened with the custom car. Here we go. Twerking vandals caused $25,000 damage to a Southern California business. A San Gabriel Valley business is struggling after vandals broke into their parking lot and spent some time twerking atop their vehicles and caused thousands of dollars of damage over the weekend. So they broke into a lot and just, I think it happens sometimes in big crowded situations, like even in downtown Chicago, where people will just jump on a car and start twerking. I've seen it.
And that
happens a lot.
Well, yeah, it does. Because Kenzie, I'm curious.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a twerker. Brian, I would think you're probably not a twerker.
Nothing to twerk.
I'd love to. There's nothing there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no junk.
What is it about the roofs of cars that make people want to twerk?
Why do you think Kenzie's an expert on this, by the way?
Well, more so than you or I.
What's all we got here in the room?
I think I'm getting labeled.
I think Kenzie's probably twerked a little bit more than you and I have combined.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen her twerk in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can twerk to anything.
Have you ever twerked on a car?
Yes.
So you see why you got labeled, right?
You know what? I stand corrected. I'm going to sit back and listen.
It's not like all the time.
every morning at the parking garage.
Yeah. Calm down. You know, I can see a car and not twerk on it.
But you have the urge to jump on it, though, don't you?
No, not when I'm sleepy.
Or a shock collar.
Settle down. I've gotten in enough trouble.
What is it? What is the appeal of twerking on a car?
No, I mean, it's a better angle. You're now elevated above others.
That's a fair.
So if you're doing it for attention, it's like a stage in the parking lot.
When you have done or you haven't done on a car?
I have.
Oh, so did you ask? It was a consent? Can I jump on the hood of your car and twerk?
No.
You didn't ask that?
No, there's nobody on that car.
Okay.
They might be mad if they saw a video later.
There's more questions coming in for you, Kenzie, as an
is there?
expert.
What else?
Jeff says, Kenzie, what's the best kind of car to twerk on?
Yeah, what kind of car did you twerk on, Kenzie?
I would say SUV. It's a little sturdier. SUVs are also often more square. You hop on a hood of a car, it's a little rounded. You can slip off.
That's a very good point.
Very slippery. You want a nice square build?
We're learning a lot here today.
More like a stage.
Can I ask why you did it?
I don't know, Brian.
Were you drunk?
Because she's cool?
Yeah, it wasn't the Boston Tea Party. I didn't have like a moral to the end of my story.
All right.
Because they're taxing us. Like, no, I was drunk.
Here's my butt. So these people didn't just jump in a situation like that where it was a group of people. They broke into a parking lot and then twerked on their vehicles, the business's vehicles.
That's not nice.
Now, the break-in at ready for this? The Pink Sponge Home Cleaning Service.
What?
That's the company that they broke the cars of.
I was assuming it was a dealership.
No, it was a business with a chain link fence, and they jumped in just to twerk on these cars.
Oh,
They're Volkswagen Bugs.
Volkswagen.
Oh, man, that's got to be so hard to twerk on.
God,
that's
just
a round car.
That's all. Man, no grip. Not a good idea. Not a good call, I'll tell you that.
Did they have on those, what are those?
Also not very big. Obviously, they weren't doing the splits in the twerk, obviously.
No, there's no video that I can see. Someone's asking for video.
It didn't happen.
Brian, are you trying to think of the Skechers, like, no-slip work shoes? Do you think they were twerking in those?
What's those running shoes where the toes are all visible?
Yeah, the little, like, I know what you mean, the frog shoes.
Oh, were they, like, almost like swim shoes?
Yes. Were the girls wearing that to stay on the Volkswagen Bug when they were twerking?
I don't know. My waitressing shoes were always non-slip. I got them at Walmart.
Oh. You know.
Yeah.
You know how to twerk on a car.
I think, hey.
You do. I'm sorry, you do.
I think in that scenario, I'd go shoeless. If it's me.
Yeah.
If it's me.
Because bare feet have grip.
Yeah, well, and then, you don't want any extra clunk getting in the way, especially if you're in a rounded car.
Yeah, no socks either. It's a bad look. Twerking with socks on.
Just twerking socks.
It's not risky business.
So there is surveillance footage on a rooftop parking lot showed at least 3 teens wreaking havoc. One of whom was blasting off a fire extinguisher.
Oh, my God.
While the other 2 were twerking on the hood of the company's 25 bright pink fleet Volkswagen Bugs.
You're filming a music video.
This poor business. They kicked in every headlight they could.
Oh, man.
See, now you've ruined it.
Says Jennifer Algrim of the Pink Sponge Cleaning Service. They told KTLA's Sandra Mitchell. They pulled down the windows so hard they broke the regulators.
Regulators!
They also carved on the hoods of these cars.
Oh, see, that's just not right.
Well,
That's just disrespectful to the rest of the community that twerks.
Yeah.
May giving us a bad name.
Yeah, you can't give twerkers a bad name.
Yeah, not cool.
There's a twerking community I don't know about. They're all together in this?
We're all together.
Yeah, that's what Bon Jovi's saying about you gave twerkers a bad name.
Oh, my God. Nice. The teens caused $25,000 damage on their rampage and left a giant mess. They tore open a door and threw products all over the side of the building. It was disgusting, the woman continued.
What kind of products? What do you mean they
Because they're
products?
a cleaning service. So whatever stuff they had to clean houses and
I
things.
was imagining like their makeup. I'm like, why are they just throwing their stuff around? Like, this is my body soap.
No, I guess it was like Windex and Pledge.
Oh, why do that?
It's very mean. According to the company, which prides itself on giving back to the community, 18 of their vehicles were damaged. They have 18 vehicles, 25 total, for a cleaning service.
They be cleaning.
I couldn't understand how someone could do something like this to our company when we're trying to do good. It doesn't make sense. They're very mad, the people that own the company.
Oh, teenagers.
One of the teens, a 15-year-old, is now in custody.
15?
I guess, yeah.
Jeez.
Everybody wants their kids to get out of the house, do an activity outside, but they start twerking on a car and everybody gets upset.
What's worse, travel baseball or if my kid had to do one, I think I'd pick this.
Now I just pictured your 10-year-old twerking on a car.
I prefer it. Travel baseball is the worst thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah. So that 15-year-old's in custody, by the way.
Oh.
And the cell phone that filmed the video, that's been confiscated.
It was smart of them to film it. It was a good idea.
Well, why do
Why
it?
are these criminals? I'd be so mad at my kid. Like, why'd you film it?
Because if it, like you just said earlier, if it's not on film, it didn't happen.
Yeah, but I didn't know you were going to damage all the property. If you're going to commit a crime, don't take a selfie with it.
Is there a way? Is there a possible way to twerk on a car and not damage it at all? Like, don't your feet bend in the hood?
No, jeez, how fat do you think I am? You need an fender bender and not bend the hood.
Do not take this personally. I'm just saying.
Taking it personally.
A person
People sleep on their cars for like driving movies and stuff.
They sleep on the hood?
You can lay on the hood.
I listen.
It's warmer. Yeah, see, I got tips.
You spend a lot of time with the hood of your car.
Okay.
We need your videos of this. So a GoFundMe's been organized to help the businesses with the cost of the twerking repairs and the cost of its lost supplies.
Do the girls have to do anything? You know what they should have to do? Community service. I had to do community service when I got in trouble when I was a teenager.
Oh, let's hear about
They
this.
should have to help the business. That's what they should have to do.
Start clean. Well, I guess they clean homes. It sounds like so.
Right, so they should have to clean homes. They'd probably steal from those homes. It'd be bad, but still.
Probably get more business because the girls will be twerking while they're cleaning.
Yeah, there you go.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.